Let's be real, vampire games are cursed. Not in the cool, gothic, blood-dripping way, but in the we haven't had a good one in over a decade way. Every few years, someone promises us the definitive vampire RPG, and every few years we get another half-baked story about brooding immortals who spend more time monologuing than murdering. But the Blood of Dawnwalker might finally break that curse, because for the first time in years, it feels like a vampire game actually understands what it means to be monstrous. Vampires have been some of gaming's most underused gold mines. We've had glimpses of brilliance. Vampires, I think that's how you say it, moral choice, Legacy of Kain's operatic tragedy, Castlevania's style, but none of them nailed all three: power, horror, and humanity. Every time a studio takes a stab at it, they miss at least one of those pillars. You either get a great story and clunky gameplay, or flashy combat with no soul. It's like developers keep forgetting that being a vampire isn't about running around sucking blood, it's about being doomed to survive. And that's where the Blood of Dawnwalker immediately stands apart. Set in a plague-ridden 14th century Eastern Europe, it doesn't romanticize immortality, it weaponizes it. You play as Coen, a man cursed with vampiric blood after a botched ritual, wandering a world dying faster than he can drink it. No neon cities, no modern cool guy with fangs energy. This is medieval horror. Brutal, poetic, and hauntingly real. The world itself is a character here. Villages crumble under disease. Priests burn the innocent. Wolves stalk the fog. It's grim, but not in the cheap, edgy sense. It's grim because it feels earned. You get the sense this is a studio that studied history and folklore, not just for aesthetics, but for emotion. The Eastern European myths they're pulling from are terrifying. In Slavic lore, vampires weren't tragic lovers, they were bloated corpses clawing their way out of graves to feed on their families. The Blood of Dawnwalker takes that raw fear and reimagines it through cinematic realism and player choice. The game reportedly uses a morality system where every kill leaves a mark, not just on your soul, but on the world itself. You drain too many innocents, the land darkens, the music twists, and even your reflection starts to disappear. Tell me why that's not genius. And honestly, this kind of storytelling is what gaming needs more of. If you're like me and you're tired of studios pumping out the same recycled AAA formula, drop a comment and tell me, would you play a game that actually makes you feel like the monster? And hey, if you're enjoying the breakdown, subscribe. I cover everything from upcoming RPGs to the weirdest corners of game design. Now let's talk about what really makes Dawnwalker different. Unlike most RPGs that hide behind dialogue trees, this one's trying to merge choice with instinct. Combat is brutal, but it's not power fantasy. Every swing feels desperate. You're not a hero fighting evil, you are the evil trying to justify its existence. There's no health bar that instantly refills when you drink blood. Instead, it's a system of trade-offs. Feed to heal, but risk losing humanity. Starve, and your powers fade, but your soul remains intact. It's almost Souls-like in structure, but story-driven like The Witcher, and that's what's fascinating. It's combining the emotional punch of a narrative RPG with the tension of survival horror. That's something either Vampire nor Dark Souls fully achieved. Visually, the lighting alone deserves its own TED Talk. Every ray of moonlight feels dangerous, every shadow alive, and it's all built on Unreal Engine 5. So expect that wet, glistening, am I looking at the cutscene or gameplay vibe we've come to crave. From what we know, Coen isn't your typical hero. He's not out to save the world. He's trying to make peace with what he's become. You've got Lanka, a mortal healer who believes she can redeem him, and Brancis, a fanatic priest who thinks vampirism is divine punishment. Every character represents a moral angle, mercy, damnation, and denial. And that's what makes the Blood of Dawnwalker more interesting than 90% of upcoming RPGs. It's not about winning. It's about understanding what survival costs. The devs even said in an interview, every drop of blood has a consequence. That alone tells you they're not making a game about vampires. They're making a game about humanity through the lens of the damned. If the Blood of Dawnwalker pulls this off, it'll be the first vampire RPG to truly balance story, gameplay, and consequence. It's not trying to be edgy or trendy. It's trying to be honest. And honestly, I think we're starving for games like that. Games that don't treat darkness as aesthetics, but as emotion. Because at its core, the vampire myth has always been about addiction, loneliness, and immortality as a curse, not a power-up. That's a story worth telling. So yeah, this might actually be the first vampire RPG done right. And if it delivers, it won't just revive a genre, it'll redeem it. So what do you think? Can the blood of Dawnwalker live up to its name, or are we about to watch another vampire game sink back into the coffin? Drop your thoughts below, and I'll feature the best takes in the next video.